Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Teaser Review Part 1. Today we're talking about ABO Desire the series episode 15, and I've got to say, this one is heavy, dramatic, and romantic in ways we've been waiting for. If you've been following this series, you already know the intensity between Shaoyou and Huayong has been building up episode after episode. But after the shocking poisoning incident in the last episode, where Shaoyou was tricked into drinking poisoned wine by his own half-brother, everything changes. Huayong, who has always been a figure of strength and danger, finally lets his emotions lead the way. In this episode, we see him take everything into his own hands, and it's not just about revenge, it's about love, protection, and the bond between him and Shaoyou. Now, let's set the scene. Shaoyou has just barely survived the poisoning. His body is fragile, and the betrayal cut deeper than the physical damage. But Huayong is not the kind of man to stand by quietly. What we see here is the darker side of romance, the kind that doesn't just speak through words but through action. He steps in, ready to unleash his full power against anyone who dares to hurt Shaoyou. And this is where the romance really hits. It's not soft or gentle in the traditional sense, but it's fierce, protective, and unshakable. The episode opens with Huayong's rage simmering just beneath the surface. The way he talks, the way his aura fills the room, it's clear he's on the edge of losing control. Yet, it's Shaoyou, fragile and weakened, who still lingers in his heart and keeps him steady. This balance between destruction and tenderness is what makes their relationship so addictive to watch. Shaoyou has always been the more vulnerable of the two, but here, that vulnerability becomes the reason for Huayong's strength. We see a man willing to carry the weight of revenge, not for himself, but for the one he loves. The arrival of Long Zhao in this episode adds another layer of tension. He may look fierce in his black robe and golden dragon crest, but what matters here is how he interacts with Huayong. Their conversation, laced with calm words yet sharp undertones, shows us just how dangerous Huayong really is when he says he's too angry to act. It's chilling because we know that anger is tied to the sight of Shaoyou being poisoned. Huayong doesn't just want justice, he wants to wipe out anyone who thought they could touch what's his. And yes, that's the key word, his. This is where the romance deepens. Huayong doesn't hide it anymore. Shaoyou isn't just someone he protects casually. He's the person Huayong claims fully, openly, and without hesitation. As the fights break out and the oppressive pheromones fill the room, the danger escalates. Huayong's pheromones spiral out like a storm, glass shattering, the ground trembling. It's like the world itself responds to his fury. But even in this chaos, we get a glimpse of the softer Huayong. When he holds Shaoyou in his arms, shielding him from glass and blood, there's a striking contrast. The ruthless alpha who terrifies everyone else becomes gentle when it comes to Shaoyou. This duality is the heart of their romance. He is destruction to the world, but he is a sanctuary to Shaoyou. What makes this episode stand out is how Shaoyou and Huayong's bond is revealed through actions rather than declarations. Shaoyou, weakened but alive, doesn't need to say much. Just his presence in Huayong's arms is enough to fuel the entire episode's energy. Huayong, on the other hand, speaks through his dominance, his control of the battlefield, and his absolute refusal to let anyone harm the person he treasures. It's raw, it's primal, and it's deeply romantic in its own way. There's also a moment of possessiveness that fans of BL dramas will instantly latch onto. When Long Zhao tries to peek at Shaoyou in Huayong's arms, Huayong immediately snaps back with, "He is mine." It's short, it's sharp, and it says everything. Huayong doesn't share, he doesn't compromise, and he doesn't pretend. For him, Shaoyou is the center, and he's willing to make it clear to anyone, even allies, that this bond is sacred. And for Shaoyou, despite the pain and betrayal he's gone through, having Huayong by his side becomes his only shield against a world filled with danger. Another highlight is how Huayong carries himself even in the midst of battle. Every step he takes is heavy with power, every word filled with authority. And yet, when he looks down at Shaoyou, he softens. That tenderness is what makes episode 15 such a turning point. It's the moment the series finally says, yes, this is love. Not the easy kind, not the gentle kind, but the type of love that survives poison, betrayal, and bloodshed. Shaoyu's role in this episode, though quieter, is equally important. His silence, his weakness, and his reliance on Huayong are not signs of helplessness, they're reminders of why Huayong fights. Shaoyou is the reason behind the storm, and every act of violence Huayong commits is rooted in love. It's a romance told through survival, where Shaoyou doesn't need to raise a weapon because Huayong becomes his weapon. And that dynamic, fragile yet powerful, is what sets their love story apart. Now, as a teaser review, I won't go into every single battle detail, but what you need to know is this: episode 15 brings Shaoyou and Huayong's relationship to its most intense point yet. It's no longer just a question of whether they care for each other. It's now undeniable. Huayong has made it clear that he will destroy anyone who threatens Shaoyou, and Shaoyou, by leaning into Huayong's arms despite the chaos, has silently accepted that protection. The romance here is less about whispered love confessions and more about trust, possession, and survival. And that's why this episode feels so much like a turning point. It's not just another fight or another scheme. It's the episode that shows us what Huayong and Shaoyou really mean to each other. Their bond is tested through betrayal and poison, and instead of breaking, it becomes unshakable. For fans of BL stories, this is the kind of intensity that makes us stay hooked, because it's not just love, it's love against the odds. Episode 15 sets the stage for what's coming next. Will Shaoyou recover fully from the poisoning? Will Huayong be able to keep his rage in check, or will his possessiveness push him into darker territory? These are the questions left hanging, but one thing is certain: after this episode, their relationship will never be the same again. They've crossed a line, and from now on, the series isn't just about power struggles, it's about how far one man will go to protect the love of his life. So that's the teaser review for episode 15. Shaoyou and Huayong's romance is now the blazing heart of this series, and if this episode proved anything, it's that love can be fierce, destructive, and beautiful all at once.